A federal judge in Washington state has issued a temporary restraining order stopping the release of blueprints to make untraceable 3D printed guns. It's the latest development in a controversy that's gone on for years after a company in Texas developed instructions on how to make a plastic gun with a 3D printer. Court battle ensued when the company made the instructions available to be downloaded. Last month, there was a government settlement that allowed the plans to be posted online starting August 1st. Multiple state attorneys general have been fighting that, and here we are today. The president tweeted this, quote, "I'm looking into 3D plastic guns being sold to the public. Already spoke to NRA. Doesn't seem to make much sense." Hours later, the White House Deputy Press Secretary said this on Air Force One.
In the United States, it's currently illegal to own or make a wholly plastic gun of any kind, including those made on a 3D printer. The administration supports this nearly 2-decade-old law. We will continue to look at all options available to us to do what is necessary to protect Americans while also supporting the First and Second Amendments.
So it strikes a lot of the same chords as the NRA statement, which reads in part, quote, "Regardless of what a person may be able to publish on the internet, undetectable plastic guns have been illegal for 30 years. Federal law passed in 1988, crafted with the NRA support, makes it unlawful to manufacture, import, sell, ship, deliver, possess, transfer, or receive an undetectable firearm." Joining me now is Washington State Attorney General Bob Ferguson, who just scored that court victory, stopping the release of those blueprints, at least temporarily. Thanks for being with us. Attorney General, this temporary restraining order that you've been granted, what does it mean going forward in terms of, the law here?
Yeah, in terms of the law, and thanks for having me on again, Anderson, appreciate it. This is a nationwide ban. So it takes us back to a period of time before the federal government flipped on their policy regarding these 3D ghost guns. What it means is if anyone posts this information online, they're in violation of federal law and can suffer very serious consequences. So it makes it unlawful to post that information and make it available to the public.
Why did the government offer a settlement to allow these blueprints on the internet in the first place? Do we know? Because wasn't it the State Department that stepped in to prevent them from being posted online?
That is a very good question, Anderson, and truly it's baffling to me and many others why the federal government made this decision. And just to be clear, to your point, there's been a court case going on in Texas in which the Obama administration and the Trump administration opposed this entity down in Texas from making this information public. The State Department filed declarations talking about the national security risk and public safety risk. Though any process, no procedure, no nothing, they caved on a case they were winning and allowed this entity to go forward. It's truly breathtaking, and the risk to public safety is hard to overstate.
Yeah, Cody Wilson, the man who invented the first 3D printed gun, told CNN today that despite your suit, he's already uploaded plans and that blueprints for 3D printed AR-15 semi-automatic rifles have been downloaded more than 2,500 times. How concerned are you, and is there anything you can actually do about that? Once it's out there, it's out there, isn't it?
So I am very concerned about that. And every American should be very concerned about that, and the President of the United States should be very concerned about that. And he can put a stop to this right now. He should tell his attorneys to stand down in this litigation and allow us to declare victory in this case and move forward. So yes, some folks have been able to access information, but obviously, Anderson, if it's allowed to go forward for days, weeks, months, obviously many more thousands of people would have access to it. We want to limit that damage, and we're very thankful our judge here in Seattle granted our request for a restraining order to shut this down nationwide.
This notion from the White House and from the NRA that, quote, regardless of what a person may be able to publish on the internet, undetectable plastic guns have been illegal for 30 years. To that you say what?
Well, I say, why are you fighting me in court then? We're going to court to go back to a time in which it was illegal to do this. The U.S. government was in court today saying no, that entities should be allowed to post this information. So once again, we have an administration, we have a White House where the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing. They are not communicating in concert with one another. There's nothing new about that, Anderson. I've been on your show many times, and I've now filed 32 lawsuits against this administration. In 10 cases, we have decisions. I've won all 10 of them. One of the reasons I've won all 10 is because this administration can't keep their story straight. They're sloppy, and frankly, they're dangerous when it comes to public safety, and that's why I'm so relieved Judge Lasnik took the action he did today.